Imagine I asked the manager about not getting too high and not getting too low, but it must make a difference. It must have been a good place to come to work this week after the result and the performance you had at the weekend.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier after a win like that. The team performance definitely has brought a lot of confidence in the squad, and I feel like training's been really good this week and everyone's a lot more confident going into the next game.
That sort of quest for consistency must be never-ending when you're a footballer. How have you found it coming in, playing week in, week out at League Two level, and how difficult it is to get those levels?
Yeah, I feel like that's the difference between the top players is consistency. It means nothing if one week you perform well and the next you have a stinker. Like, you have to always be on it, and I feel like that's what, as a team and personally, we need to improve on to get to where we want to get to.
Is that one of the things that you've been able to sort of learn on the job? Have you been getting that out of the performances, win, lose or draw?
Yeah.
Your own individual consistency?
Yeah, that's something that I've set a target to get better every game and keep the same standards that I know I can get to. Because, for it to be a successful loan, you have to perform every game and you have to perform to the best of your ability, and that's what I'm trying to do every game.
Just the way that you play, Isaac, I wonder whether it's off the cuff, entirely natural to get the ball down and attack players and try and take them on, or whether there is an element that it's a choice because it gets the fans off their seats. I think there's a level of excitement, even if you get the ball in your own half. Has that always been the way you've been as a player?
I feel like, in a way, it's a challenge for me to play like that because it takes a lot of self-confidence for me to drive at people and be okay with losing the ball sometimes. So I wouldn't say it's like natural, but it's definitely the way that I enjoy playing, and I feel like the trust from the fans and the coaching staff and the players has allowed me to play like that.
Because you've not been here too long, and obviously you're a younger player in the changing room, but it feels like there are times in games where your experienced teammates are trying to give you the ball to try and make something happen. Is that a responsibility that you're really enjoying?
Yeah, it's something that I wanted to have before I came here because I feel like I thrive off having the responsibility, because with the responsibility comes a certain amount of pressure to perform, and with that pressure it challenges me as a person and as a player to get better. So when I am given the responsibility to make something happen in a game, I feel like it's perfect for my development.
I think you probably set the tone at Fleetwood in the trophy on your debut with the goal that you scored. It's not too long ago, and you're going there again, of course, in a league game now, but that must have been the perfect way to introduce yourself to a new set of players and a new set of fans.
Yeah, my goal getting into the game was to make my mark, and to get it done so early was really good for me, and just like a bit of relief that I got my first goal. So yeah, I really enjoyed that game.
It must bring back some good memories, I imagine, tomorrow when you go there and you're in those surroundings again. Will it remind you of that first game and that goal?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it was a good day, and if I get any sort of feelings like I did that day, it'll be really good.
Just as far as that consistency situation is concerned, back-to-back wins, how much of a difference would that make? You've already done it once in your time here in the league. For league table, for confidence, for momentum, how much of a difference can it make?
Oh, massive difference. After the MK Dons game, it felt like we could beat anyone, and I feel like if we do the same again against Fleetwood, I feel like it'll build a real good confidence for the rest of the season, because we're a good team, good players, really good energy within the squad, and if we can get another win, I feel like the momentum will carry us on throughout the season.
From individuals within that team, on a personal basis, do your performances have to be better as players start to come back fit? I think at one point there was a balcony full of players up here watching the home games because they couldn't play, and that seems to be getting smaller with every week. How much does that competition drive players on?
I feel like it makes a big difference because everyone wants to keep their spot in the team, and there'll always be competition in football no matter where you go. What happens, it's just part of the game, and I feel like having someone else there pushing you on, it just builds the performance levels in training and games, and on a personal level as well.
How much of a difference has it made to you? Made such an impression at Everton, of course, in youth football and then 21s, to be in a changing room around such a variety of profiles and ages and experiences. I imagine there are some guys in there who you know, married, kids, all of these things that are very different to what you're used to.
Yeah.
As far as life is concerned, let alone football, how much are you learning?
So I learn a lot. You know, there's players talking about, you know, what's happened with their kids and stuff, and it's all completely new to me. But I feel like it's just a great experience to learn about these things because, you know, I'm not sure where else I'd learn it, but to learn it here within a safe environment with these players, I think it's been really good for my development.
Does it feel a bit like a sort of apprenticeship in senior football, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
You know, getting acclimatised to all these different walks of life and backgrounds and experiences.
Yeah, definitely. It's perfect for my development as a player and, more importantly, I think as a person. Just getting to meet these new people and people with lots of different experiences that I haven't had. So, yeah, I think it's been really good.
And as far as relationships go, we're seeing them form on the pitch now, and I think people will highlight yourself and Paddy Madden from the last game, of course. How much are you building those relationships and kind of knowing what to expect from your teammates? And I suppose how much does that encourage you for the future? Because that can only increase, I guess.
I think with time, getting to know them as people and not as just players, I think it's really helped me. And I think going through the hard times as well, you know, after the games where we haven't done well and struggled, I feel like you really get to know people more after them sort of games. And I think, you know, the bond has definitely got a lot stronger, and I think it's showing in our play.
And I guess things like you lose to Newport and you're in on the Sunday and you spend all day in here going through it and it must have been pretty horrible. With hindsight, are those the kind of things that do bring you closer together? Yeah,
I feel like just in life, just hard times make you stronger, and I feel like the hard times that we've had as a team, we always bounce back from them. And I feel like at the time they're the worst thing in the world. Like after the game, you're depressed, you don't want to come in, you don't want to do anything, but the next week in training, everyone's looking to improve and make a point, and I feel like they've been really good in a way, but hopefully we don't have many more of them. We can just keep the good momentum going.